Yes, hi everyone. So today we take a look into the Bitcoin chart because it's right now the most important one, basically to also check the current cycle and if the altcoins could perform better than Bitcoin or not. So right now that's the most important chart we have to take a look on. So right now we're starting with the daily chart basically, so the green colored Elliott waves are marking the daily waves, and therefore you can basically see that in my current chart expectation I do see that we had a proper daily one chart here, or daily wave one, which reached a high on at around the 20th of February. After that high, we basically have reached a proper wave 2. As you can see, the wave 2 target is somewhere here in this area. Basically, we have just slightly touched it. That's fine. That's okay. So nothing to complain here. In addition, I was basically expecting wave 3 reaching somewhere the high in those levels here, so between 28.8 and 39.1, and that's basically also exactly where we are right now. In addition to the FIB levels, I'm also using the time levels. That's basically my additional tool for helping to check if the Elliott waves are reaching the expected target or not. And as you can see here, I do have a time slot between the 14th, that's basically tomorrow, and in the most cases the wave 3 high is somewhere between the 14th and the 10th of June. So we are quite early, and that's basically my output from this time level FIB tool. So as you can see, it's the FIB level at around 29.7k we have already reached. So my TP would be already done. Basically, I haven't started a wave 3 daily trade. I'm more on the lower time frame, so I'm mostly trading hourly, just that I don't be too long in the trades, because the time frame for the wave 3 is now over a month. That's a bit too long for me basically, so that's why I'm using a bit a short time frame, and therefore we go now deeper. Good. But you can see basically the level should be somewhere here, and afterwards I'm basically expecting a slight correction. Usually the day, the wave 4 is usually not a really big correction. So as you can see here, if we end up on this level, it's around 15%. If we go a bit higher, then it would be maybe a bit more, but then I have to also change the wave 4 target level here. That's currently what I am expecting. And then of course the last wave 5, which would then somewhere reach the target. That's quite difficult right now to really identify, but basically somewhere at around 35k or even higher 40k. But that's right now not a final target. That's something I have to calculate as soon as we have reached the wave 4 and of course the top of the wave 3. Good. If we go now a bit further down to the 4-hourly time frame, you can basically see that it's not the usual wave 1 2 setup here. That's not a proper one right now, so that's causing me some troubles in my mind. But basically in addition, or usually the wave 3 is a pretty strong wave, and that's giving me a bit of confidential that we're still in the wave 3. So also, if you can see on the daily, the volume chart is breaking upwards here, especially at the beginning of the wave 3. So that's a good indicator as well that this could be the real wave 3 on the daily chart. In addition, I do see here a hourly 1-2 setup, and then a proper target at these levels we are right now. In addition to the FIB levels, as I have already used in the daily, I'm using my time levels. So if we don't reach the level in my usual expectation, it means that the wave is extended, and basically that would mean that we should somehow reach the target in this range here, and that's exactly what happened right now. So therefore I'm pretty sure that this is an important level we have to break, and for me it would be totally fine basically to have a small correction if we now use the time level for the wave 4 again. You see my FIB level is placed correctly, so that means I am expecting basically that we are reaching this target here again. So now I have to change this one a bit so we don't see this one. So that's what I'm currently expecting. So I am currently expecting that we have a small consolidation or retracement to the wave 4 target basically, and that would be somewhere at around 29.1k, somewhere here. And afterwards we have on the hourly time frame the last push upwards into the daily wave 3 range here, somewhere maybe end of April, beginning of May. That's basically what I'm currently expecting, and that's also how I set up my trade. If you now check the 1 hourly time frame, I'm right now not sure if this is a flat correction. Could be the case, because I have already started drawing this. Basically I think we could reach here a A, and that means here somewhere it's a B, and then here we have the C of this correction. And why I think could happen this right now, so usually the wave 4 is a complex one, so be really careful. It could be a triangle, a 3-3-3 formation. So the wave 4 is quite a tricky one because everyone is super bullish. The bulls want to keep those levels and push the price higher, and the bears are not that strong. So usually the wave 4 is a tricky one, is a complex one. And right now there's one idea I have. So this idea could be like a flat correction, just because of those ABCs I do see here. That could be the case, but it's not yet verified. So what is my current setup? So my current setup is one accumulation is already done. Basically that's here on the low range of that flat formation possible. That's the first entry I have already done, and then the second and the third entry are basically a bit lower, just to catch the proper wave 4 here. That's my current setup. This horizontal line here indicates that this would invalidate my my trade. It's a bit lower. Usually the wave 4 should never go lower than the wave 1 high. So basically that would mean we should end up in a proper waveform. We should end up somewhere here. That's good, because then I have filled up my trade with 2 entries. But because of this spike here, I think, or it could be the case, that we reach this level here, and that's totally fine. Also, if you see the volume here, the big volume will be over there, so my my stop loss is quite lower. That's totally fine. I'm also ready if there is a wick, but otherwise my final target will be somewhere here, between 31-32k. There is one earlier TP. Usually that's what I'm doing, especially if I'm not sure if this is a complex wave. I like basically to take early profit and then move my stop loss into break even, so I don't lose any money, and then I'm ready for the last TP over here. That's basically my setup, and the goal for this setup here would be somewhere, let me check again. Yeah, the goal would be that by end of April this goal is reached. If it takes longer, that could be a bit tricky because I do expect that the wave 3 here was already an extended one. Also from the volumes, this could be the extended wave, so I don't expect that the wave 5 will be extended. But of course, in crypto you never know, so if there is a super bullish sentiment, we could end up somewhere in May, June, and then reach actually a higher target. That's the backup here. That would be around 34k, just in case that we are super bullish. But usually I don't expect to reach that high TPs. It gives me just a bit of backup. If there is a high volatility, I move my stop loss into break even. I do have already some profits with the first TP. The regular TP is this one here, and then that's my backup TP if we run even higher. That's basically my setup. Also, if you check, my entry level will be somewhere around 29k, and with the TP of 32k I have already a risk reward ratio of 2.7. That's absolutely fine for me. I don't need more, so that's why I don't count this one into my rewards basically. Okay, I hope you have a bit better overview about the next couple of weeks until end of April, beginning of May. And of course, we will then take a look into my charts again to basically check if that trade was successful or not. I hope you liked it, and wish you a great evening. Bye.